Hey guys, this is my honest review for Battle of the Sexes. And full disclosure, I hadn't had much time to eat before the screening. In fact, I hadn't been able to take a lunch that day and I had to rush from work to the movie. So all that I had was a pressed juice, you know, with fruits and vegetables, and it really wasn't enough to satisfy me. So when I went into the movie, I would say that my mood was hungry and a little bit stressed. But my expectations for the film were high because I grew up loving Billie Jean King. I watched her all the time and she sort of represented this fearless woman to me. And as a girl who played sports, it meant a lot. The movie is based on her real-life exhibition match against Bobby Riggs back in 1973. I wasn't born just yet, but I was familiar with the event. I mean, 90 million people tuned in and watched it. They saw her beat a man who had promoted the match by being as chauvinistic as possible. So it was a huge moment for women in sports and just the women's movement in general, which is why I wish that this movie was better. Okay, first let me talk about what I did like. Emma Stone, she is just terrific as Billie Jean King. She obviously doesn't look anything like her physically, but she was able to sort of capture her aura. The other person who is just great is Steve Carell as Bobby Riggs. He plays Bobby with layers, less misogynist and more hustler, saying whatever he needed to get publicity. And there's a lot of humanity behind the humor. I thought he once again proved that he is a brilliant actor. For me, what didn't work was just the storytelling. It was really uneven. Sometimes it was quirky, sometimes it was very serious, sometimes it was silly, sometimes it was dramatic, and there were a bunch of different themes competing. It's not just about the match. We also delve into Bobby's problems with gambling and his marriage, and then Billie Jean's first experience with a woman, all of which can work, but in this movie, it just doesn't. It feels a little clunky to me, and it never really sets one consistent tone. I don't know, maybe it was my hunger or my stress level that impacted my perception of the movie, but if I'm being honest, my review of Battle of the Sexes is it could have been great, but instead I feel like it was just good. In fact, I feel like watching the original tape of their real match might have been just as enjoyable. But listen, if you want to go see a movie with some great performances about a really important piece of American history, go check out Battle of the Sexes. No harm can come from seeing a movie with a fundamentally great message.